Are you one of those people who are constantly struggling in life? In some aspect of life, there is always a challenge. Then you need to see this video and you need to transform your life and to make it very, very simple and very, very successful and very, very fulfilling. So please watch this video right till the end to fully understand how you can transform your life and how you can create such pure happiness in your life. To start, I need to explain to you how the entire cycle of karma works. Before we are born, the soul actually decides how much of the karmic debt they would like to clear off in this lifetime. So accordingly, and based on their entitlement, they decide which house to be born in, which parents to be born in, what kind of circumstances they would like to have in their life, so that they are able to achieve their soul agenda for resolving karmic debt. That is how a soul comes into incarnation and is born for this lifetime. Accordingly, the soul is and the person is going to face challenges during the lifetime, and there's going to be some amount of success, some amount of entitlement, and there are going to be some amount of challenges and some amount of failures. Now, what is it that you can do to actually transform your life by converting all those areas where there is inadequacy in your life and to become abundant in those areas? Well, to begin with, you need to understand that we all have 4 broad areas where we have entitlement for this lifetime. The 4 areas are: number 1, I will talk about relationships. So how successful are we in our relationships? Are we having very happy relationships full of love and bonding? Or are we having relationships which are a challenge? And I'm talking about the main relationships. I'm talking about your spouse, I'm talking about your parents, I'm talking about your siblings, your brothers, sisters, and your close friends. I'm not talking about the world in general, right? So you have to see how are those relationships. Are they very, very smooth and non-toxic, or are they toxic? That is one area. The second area is wealth. So we have to see that how successful you are in your area of profession and how much of wealth and money you are attracting in your life, how much of abundance you are attracting in your life, how much of luxury is existing in your life. Now that is the second area. The third area is the area of health. Are we healthy? Do we have any health challenges? Or are we always, in perfect health and very athletic, very sporty, and we have no challenges whatsoever? We have no chronic diseases. So we have to analyze that where we are in the area of health. And the last is our area of spirituality. We have to see, do we have a spiritual life, or that does not interest us at all, right? Now, in an ideal situation, these 4 areas, which is relationships, wealth, health, and spirituality, should be equally divided. That means that our karmic entitlement should be 25% for each one of these areas. Then life is going to be very nice and very blissful. But that is not how it really happens. We will find that in some areas we have a lot of abundance. So for example, we may have a lot of money, but we are really suffering as far as either our health goes, or we are really suffering as far as our relationships go, or we are not interested in spirituality at all, right? Alternatively, we may not be abundant in wealth at all. We may have very good health, but our relationship again are suffering, and also our area, we may have some moderate amount of spirituality in our life, right? Now again, it's going to be a huge source of unhappiness for us. So what is it that we can do so that we are actually becoming abundant in all the areas where we currently have inadequacies, right? So the formula is very simple. The law of karma very clearly says what you give is what you get. So, if you are able to generate new good karma by actually utilizing some of the excess abundance which you have in one of the areas and using it to provide service, then you are creating entitlement for yourself as far as karma goes. We have to do thereafter is to create a will to say that any good karma which is getting generated as a result of sharing this abundance which we have should come back in the area where we are inadequate, right? So let me explain this in a little more detailed manner. Let us say that we currently have a lot of time on our hand, but we do not have too much of money. We are okay as far as health goes, we are okay as far as relationships go, and we are happy as far as spirituality goes. So, what is it that we can do? The excess time which we have on our hands, we can actually utilize that time in giving service. We can go to an orphanage, we can go to a old age home, we can go to any charitable organization and volunteer, and we can give our time as charity, we can give our time as a form of tithing, and then we should say that any good karma which is getting generated as with this charity and good work which we are doing should come back to us in the area of money and wealth. Now, if we go with that intent and we do it, we are going to generate immediate entitlement for wealth and prosperity in our lives. Therefore, as a result, we may get better job, we may get promotions, we may get increments, or our business may start doing well, right? Alternatively, I want to give one more example, that we may have a lot of wealth, but our relationships and our health are suffering, right? Then we should use this abundance of money, share it with those less privileged, and make an intent that any good karma which is going to accrue as a result of the sharing of abundance of wealth should come back to you immediately in the form of better relationships and in the form of better health. So friends, this is the easiest way whereby we can create entitlement of getting good karma coming to us in all the areas where we are currently inadequate, and to make our life more blissful and to make our life more happy.